let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build. And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production.
Now, more than ever before, we must show tolerance, discipline, and production. I want to welcome you to the hub. Again, we have some time, 1 hour, or almost 1 hour, to deliberate, to talk. I want to encourage those who are listening to me on Facebook or viewing me on Facebook and on YouTube to please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to start off tonight by saying you should not make those who want to create a buzz or a hype around the Public Workers Union election. Don't make them make you believe that this thing is some big thing or something very important. It's not. Whoever wins, who cares? And from day one, I can tell you the result is not even out as yet. But from day one, I realized that the whole thing was rigged against Fimba Thomas and his team. The result is not yet out. And I can tell you there isn't any chance of them winning. Because you see how they structure the thing. It is structured in such a way that those who are inside, they have an added advantage, right? They have everything. So it's very difficult for those who are outside to get in. So do not woke up yourself over this whole Public Workers Union thing. Whatever happens. You see? It's not going to change anything. The workers have a government who is pro-worker, for workers. The workers have a government who is for them. And also the employers have a government who is pro-business. So there is no need to worry. Whoever gets in there, gets in there. We're just saying that Fimba Thomas and his team, it will be very difficult for them to win. Very, very difficult. Because of how the thing is structured. They use nearly all the platforms to push their candidate, right? Not Fimba Thomas and his team, but the other side. They really went out as though their life depended on this thing. What's so sweet in the Public Workers Union that they're so hungry for it? I just don't know. But folks, I want to move on. I thought I should start off with that. Linda Straker made a post on Facebook regarding the $10,000 constituency allowance. And she misinterpreted, but I think intentionally, what the Prime Minister was actually saying. That's my belief. I believe that she misinterpreted this thing intentionally. So I want to play for you what the Prime Minister said about this.
Whether it's support for glasses and medical assistance, support for small businesses, we are doing all of this in St. David's. But I pause here, Mr. Speaker, to say that I may invite the residents and the constituents of St. David's to come down to the Parliament building and to protest on their behalf, because as the Prime Minister and a Member of Parliament for St. David's, I am yet to be paid this much talked about $10,000 constituency allowance. And it's not a laughing matter, Mr. Speaker. I want us to appreciate something. I'm the Member of Parliament for St. David's. I happen to be in the party that won the most seats and was the political leader at the time I was made the Prime Minister. There are three branches of the state: the Parliament, the Executive, and the Judiciary. The Executive is responsible to the Parliament. The Parliament is not responsible to the Executive. So when the Executive passed into law at last budget that a $10,000 constituency allowance should be given to an MP, Mr. Speaker, I don't need to open no bank account to get the $10,000. Whether it's $10,000 in cash, whether it's $10,000 in check, you need to give me the money so that I can represent and help support the people of St. David's. And I can account for the money, whether it's cash, whether it's check, because the same thing everybody else have to do. If I spend it, I get a receipt for it. And I notice there's talk about we appreciate it. I haven't heard a single report as to how this money has been spent by members on the other side, which they got. 10 by 12 is 120,000. We're going into the 15th month. But they ain't come in and say how they spend the money. The Speaker may have it, but account to your people. Explain to them what you've done with the $10,000 that the Parliament passed into law and said you will get it. So for the record, I have not received any funding to support my constituents in St. David. And all of what I've done here is through the kind support and generosity of the private sector, international partners, individuals in the constituency, people in the diaspora, and in many cases, the Prime Minister's salary, which goes directly into supporting the constituents of St. David. So I am saying, Mr. Speaker, since my name is Susu, in my capacity as a Member of Parliament, if I have to sue the Executive to get me $10,000, I will sue the Executive on behalf of the members.
Right. So that is what our beloved Prime Minister said. Linda Straker, however, went on her Facebook page, and we know where Linda stands politically. All right. So she posted Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell, who represents the constituency of St. David's. I thought it was St. David, but St. David's, in the lower house of Parliament, is of the view that as a Member of Parliament, he should not be required to comply with the financial rules of the state to prove how he used the 10,000 EC constituency allowance allocated to elected representatives. This is what she had to say. She went on to say, there are three branches of the state: the Parliament, the Executive, and the Judiciary. Or, as we know it, the Legislative, the Executive, and the Judiciary. The Executive is responsible to the Parliament. Parliament is not responsible to the Executive. So when the Executive passed into law at last budget that a 10,000 EC constituency allowance should be given to an MP, Mr. Speaker, I don't need to open no bank account to get the EC 10,000. He told the Parliament on Tuesday, 11 March, while contributing to the 2025 budget debate. End of quote. So when she said, he told Mr. Speaker, I don't need to open no bank account to get the EC 10,000. But let's go back and listen to what our beloved Prime Minister had to say, because you see, she just pulled out a piece with the hope of painting a bad picture of our Prime Minister.
Whether it's support for glasses and medical assistance, support for small business.
The first thing he did was to list, and it was a long list, of the amount of things that he and his team in the constituency was able to achieve, to do for the people of St. David, the constituency. And he went on to say, well, they did all of that without the 10,000 constituency allowance. So he never collected any $10,000 as constituency allowance for the last 15 months. So
This is, we are doing all of this in St. David's. But I pause here, Mr. Speaker, to say that I may invite the residents and the constituents of St. David's to come down to the Parliament building and to protest on their behalf, because as the Prime Minister and a Member of Parliament for St. David's, I am yet to be paid this much talked about $10,000 constituency allowance. And it's not a laughing matter, Mr. Speaker. I want us to appreciate something. I'm the Member of Parliament for St. David's.
right. So he's saying right now, well, we want to go to Linda's quote, right? So let's listen still to what he said there, and then I'll read and
I happened to be in the party that won the most seats and was the political leader at the time I was made the Prime Minister. There are three branches of the
right. So he's speaking now, and she quote that there are three branches of the state, and she says so. There are three branches of the state. Let's listen to what he has to say.
state, the Parliament, the
Right, the Parliament, the executive, and the judiciary. Okay,
executive, and the judiciary.
okay, right. So she's correct with that quote. We continue with the quote.
The executive is responsible to the Parliament.
Right, and she says in her quote, the executive is responsible to the Parliament. The Parliament is not responsible to the executive. So when the executive passed into law at the last budget that an EC 10,000 constituency allowance should be given to the MP, so let's stop there and let's go back and listen.
The Parliament is not responsible to the executive.
Right,
So when the executive passed into law at last budget that a $10,000 constituency allowance should be given to an MP,
right. So she's correct there in terms of the quote. We're continuing. All right, continuing, and then she says, she's quoting him, Mr. Speaker, I don't need to open no bank account to get the EC 10,000. End of quote. She cut the quote right there. All right,
Mr. Speaker, I don't need to open no bank account to get the $10,000.
right. So she cut the quote right there. Mr. Speaker, I don't need to open no bank account to get the $10,000. End of quote. She cut it there. But he continued, right? That's not all that he said.
Whether it's $10,000 in cash, whether
Right? Then he said, whether it's $10,000 in cash,
it's $10,000 in check, you need to
whether it's $10,000 in check,
give me the money
give me the money
so that I can represent and help support
so I can represent and help my country.
the people of St. David's. And I can account for the money whether it's
And then he goes on to say, and I can account for the money,
cash, whether it's check, because it's
whether it's cash or whether it's check,
the same thing everybody else have to do.
because it's the same thing everybody else, all the other MPs have to do.
If I spend it, I get a receipt for it.
If I spend it, I get a receipt for it.
And I notice there's talk about we appreciate it. I haven't heard a single report.
And he said there is talk, other MPs say they appreciate the $10,000, but he's saying he has not gotten or heard a single report in the Parliament of how they spend that $10,000.
As to how this money has been spent by members on the other side, which they got.
Right. Of members on the other side, the opposition side, of which they got. So you see, Linda Straker believes that she is smart, but this woman is stupid. Because here I just played everything in that under that particular subject matter that our beloved Prime Minister said. And she cut the quote. She cut the quote short because she wants to paint a bad picture of our Prime Minister. She wants to paint a bad picture of our Prime Minister. You know, and you wonder why. Why are you like this? What you trying to achieve? What you really trying to achieve? because we are in 2025. The evidence is there, the technology is there. I just simply went back on the GIS site and I recorded what he said as it relates to this $10,000 constituency allowance. And I played it and I match it against your quote. So you started quoting him and then you cut it. Why didn't you continue with the piece where he says,
get the $10,000. Whether it's $10,000 in cash,
whether it's $10,000 in cash,
it's $10,000 in check, you need
whether
to
it's $10,000 in check,
give me the money
give me the money
so that I can represent
so I can represent
and help
help
support the people of St. David's. And I can account for the money, whether
and I can account for the money,
it's cash, whether it's check,
whether it's cash or whether it's check,
because the same thing everybody else have to do.
because it's the same thing and everybody else, all the other MPs have to do. So, I mean, it's sad because Linda trying too hard to paint a bad picture. You're trying too hard. And as a result, you're destroying yourself and your career. You're trying too hard. We know where you stand politically. We know. So that is not the issue. But you claim to be a journalist and you misquoting the gentleman. You cut his quote short. You cut the quote short as it relates to that subject matter. What you're trying to achieve? To paint him in a bad light? He said he could account for it, just as the others. But he has not received that yet. But look at the amount of things that he was able to do for the people of St. David, that constituency. All right? So that's the first piece I wanted to play for you tonight. Just, because the Linda Straker really and truly is not worth anything, anywhere, in my view. But, what made me laugh today is when someone on Facebook posted that, based on the people who are protesting, excuse me, who are protesting outside of the parliament, a handful of them, he turned around and posted, well, look at the NNP youth and them protesting. But look at who he was referring to.
G.O. go, the speaker has to go. G.O. go, the speaker has to go. G.O. go, the speaker has to go. G.O. go, the speaker has to go.
Folks, you talking about Peggy Nesville. You talking about this woman, she plays domino. And one or two of the others, their grandmothers, right? These are the people who are standing up with the NNP at this point in time, right? It's a handful of them. You don't see plenty young people gravitating towards the NNP. So people are beginning to say, well, maybe these people are the young people. Because, NNP always boasting they have a lot of young people on board. Maybe Christopher Diali Jr., because he has all kind of names. Sometimes he uses his father name, sometimes he uses his name, or maybe Amanda Japal or whoever. I don't know. They could have been in the front line there protesting too, but look at who is out there, those NNP youths. Look at the NNP youths.
G.O. go, the speaker has to go. G.O.
Nearly all of them, well, except Peggy. Well, Peggy here is gray, but this woman here, she has a wig from what I can see. The other one has a wig too. And the other one has a wig. And, they're grandmothers. But that's the people who the NNP has following them right now. Because the majority of Grenadians are not interested in NNP. And if you gauge social media, you'll realize that Grenadians have had it all. They are fed up and tired with Keith Mitchell and NNP's bad behavior. And people are expressing that openly. People are fed up. People are fed up with that nonsense. Because they believe by going in a parliament and then you don't get your way, you just walk out and you just disrespect everybody else. Grenadians have had enough of this nonsense. They want to turn the page. But look at who is actually out there protesting for them
Go. The speaker has to go. Go.
Just about how much? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. They have no support. They have no support. Look at it. Look at them. That's the NNP. They look like they're suffering from I don't know. They're not getting the support that they need. They're not getting the people on the side. They're not. The NNP is lacking a lot of things. That's the NNP party. That is the NNP party. These are the people who support the NNP. Look at it.
Go. The speaker has to go. Go.
You know, and if you're a young person and you're looking on, do you want to be a part of this party? Do you want to support these people? Do you want to be associated with these people? I mean, just think about it. The NDC had their rally. I mean, when you saw the young people, the gorgeous women, the middle-aged women, the senior women, and you saw them, they were well put, well kept, well groomed, gorgeous all over. I mean, if you are in any space, you would want to be a part of this. When I went to the NDC rally and I saw the amount of young, sexy, gorgeous, beautiful women, thousands of them, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them, in a nice dandan, the nice sexy white pants and the nice sexy red pants, and they look good. They look real good. Real good. And then you have the middle-aged folks who dress up real nice and looking good, and the senior people looking real good. Yeah, that is what that's the rally and the crowd you want to be a part of, and that's what it is. You remember the NDC rally?
In a bold and unwavering declaration of political ambition, Prime Minister and political leader Deacon Mitchell set the stage for the National Democratic Congress, NDC, to cement itself as the most dominant political.
Yeah, look at the amount of young people in this thing. Young women, young people, young and sexy and gorgeous and beautiful, and look at them.
Force in Grenada. Speaking at a high-energy rally at Boucheju Playing Field following the party's national convention, Mitchell made it abundantly clear that the NDC is not just here to govern, it's here to reign.
I want us to understand that the goal of the National Democratic Congress, as approved by the new constitution today, is to make the National Democratic Congress the premier political party in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. That means we must be the only choice, the first choice, the best choice for all the citizens of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique.
In a move that underscores the NDC's aggressive political strategy, Mitchell set his sights on St. George North.
That's the difference. Look at the NDC crowd. Look at the people who are out there supporting the NDC. Look at it. You watch and you nice people, right? Out there. When you go to a rally like that, you want to go to the next one. That is why people are asking, when is the next one? But you look at the NNP, and you have to wonder. You have to wonder. That's the people who the NNP has supporting them and at the events. That's them.
Go. The speaker has to go.
Look at them. Go. When they call them, they're like youths. They say they're youthful. Look at them. Huh?
The speaker has to go.
Lord, look at these people now. Look at them. All you go and get all your grandmother and so on, and please, have all your grandmother and so on, stay in good house, good place, good space. Don't make all your grandmother and them go outside and like this. You understand? Let granny and them go home and relax and enjoy, Come on, you don't want them out there. Where's all the young people that the NNP say they have? Huh? Look, for me, I love elderly people, I love senior people. I love, the seniors. In fact, most of my friends are seniors. But why would you go there and embarrass yourself like this? Look at Peggy. She like a Pampers. She in everything. Huh? She like a tampon. God, Peggy. Peggy, why you don't want to rest? Relax yourself now. Look. Look at this one yourself. Look at them. That's who NNP has. That's who NNP has. To fight for them and to come out and make it's, the NNP is an aged party. The NNP is an old party. It's like Gary party when it was about to go to the center cemetery. Right? That is what the NNP is at this point in time. It's sad, but that is what they have become. And somebody has to say it. That is exactly what they have become. It is really, really sad. They boast. They have young people and young people and young people. But where are the young people? Why they cannot mobilize the young people to come out there and protest and support them? They went to the parliament. They knew what they were going to do. Look at the people who they bring out there to make this stupidness. It's sad. Very, very sad. But folks, I want to go further to say to you that Grenada is on the right track. Grenada is on the right track. You listen to people with sense, who understands economics, who understands so many things in terms of governance, in terms of development, in terms of, management. And they will tell you that Grenada is being properly managed and that the budget presentation was really good and it augurs well for the development of Grenada Carriacou and the PT Martinique, right? So again, do not be fooled with the NNP nonsense. They would continue to talk. In fact, we believe that they staged this thing. We believe that they staged this walkout and it's nothing new from them. All right? We believe that.
Get ready for a day of excitement and fun with the NDC Canada chapter. Join us for an unforgettable bus trip to the stunning Falls View Casino in Niagara Falls on Saturday, April 12th.
Lucky for you, my friend.
It's a day filled with luck, laughter, and a thrilling 50-50 draw, all while supporting a great cause. For just $50 per person, you'll receive $35 in casino credit to kickstart your adventure. Pickups are easy. We'll be at the Scarborough Town Center YWCA at 12:30 p.m. Sheridan Mall at Jane and Wilson at 1 p.m. and Square One between Walmart and the TD Bank at 1:30 p.m. Then we'll depart from Niagara Falls at 7:45 p.m. Don't miss out. E-transfer your payment to ndcgroupcan@gmail.com to ensure your spot today. For more information, contact Bernadette at 416-347-2199, Kino at 647-242-9256, Robert at 647-859-4142, or Louise at 905-865-1027. Book your seat and get ready for a fantastic day at the Falls View Casino with the NDC Canada chapter. Fun, luck, and a great cause await you.
Right, so Bernadette, big up your whole self there. Folks, I will be putting in circulation very soon a petition that you can sign and attach your phone number to. So you sign and you put your phone number, because having your phone number is critical as we move along. So that will be in circulation sometime soon, calling for our government to cancel the new vehicle that the opposition MPs will be getting, cancel this $5,000 that they actually put on the salaries of those opposition MPs, and also cancel this $10,000 that they are getting as constituency allowance, those opposition MPs, based on what they have done, not just this parliament sitting, but quite a number of parliament sittings. They have been absent. They have been, coming in extremely late, doing all kind of stuff in parliament, walking out of parliament, and we can go on and on. So we will petition the government for them to take action. And more signatures we get is better. So the intention is to circulate that wide and far throughout Grenada. But importantly, we will need the phone numbers. So besides the signature, we will need the phone numbers of people so we can keep in touch with you, so we can follow up with you, because it is important. It is crucial. So it is my intention to print a number of those petitions and have it in circulation. We need to see something happening where that is concerned, right? This is too easy for these people. It's too easy. They're getting $10,000 every month as constituency allowance. They're getting $5,000 every month as a salary. They're getting a vehicle coming soon, and they're walking out of parliament. They come in late or they always absent, right? We need to do something about it. This is taxpayers' money, and we need to call on our government to take the necessary action to correct this forthwith. So I intend to have that in circulation soonest, all right? As soon as possible. I intend to have that in circulation. It must happen. We cannot tolerate this. We cannot support this. Right? We love our government. They're doing a fantastic job. But the opposition, what they are doing, in my view, is a cause for extreme concern. Right? We need to take action and take action now. Akim is also asking about Sheldon Scott. Right? Cell phone gate. We still await the Attorney General, my good friend Claudia Joseph, to give the nation an update on cell phone gate on Sheldon Scott, whether he started paying, whether he paid, or whether he has not paid a cent, and what is the necessary action you're going to take if he failed to pay or if he did not pay. So we need some updates. We need some updates on that. So again, a petition will be in circulation very soon regarding that, and we will try our best to do it online and also to do it hard copy. All right? Online means that you would have to put your name, your address, your number, right? Meaning address in Grenada, where you're from, / overseas, for it to be authentic. All right? So again, we would need some folks in TAMCC to circulate it there in those secondary schools, particularly Form 5. Form 5, not the other forms. Form 5, we need that to happen there and throughout Grenada. It is also my intention to consider whether we need to do a motorcade, because there's a cost to a motorcade, you see? Whether we need to do a motorcade to job support and to have the petition signed as we go with people who can actually make sure that we get the phone numbers required, because we need the phone numbers, we need the email addresses, we need that contact detail, not just the signature, but the contact detail to follow up. All right? So I'm considering that also. Yes, there's a cost to it. So I'm considering whether we should go that route. In fact, that would gather more signatures, well, quite faster throughout the island. So that is being considered. But, you know, social media is the way to go in terms of getting the numbers that might be required. But we need to petition our government, all right? Because something is not right when it comes to the opposition MPs conducting themselves in such irresponsible, wanton manner. And they collect taxpayers' money with impunity. They get it without any consequences. They're late for parliament, they're walking out of parliament, they're doing all kind of stupid shopping on Sheen in parliament, and we can go on and on and on. Time has come for us to stand up and say no. These vehicles because they already start making preparations for it, right? Will they be using these vehicles for their own personal stuff? You just can't give them an edge over anything here. So that we will do, just giving you a heads up. I want to say to you, the NNP strategy is very simple. They don't want the Grenadian people to know about the many good things that the NDC did or the many good things that the NDC has, within the budget document, right? So there are a lot of things within the budget document that is good for us, the farmers, the fishers, public officers, the business community, the youth, right? Women, so many, Carriacou and PT Martinique. So their strategy was to create chaos and confusion. That was their strategy. And if you realize who those media outfits are interviewing, people like Tobias Clement. Tobias Clement is a derelict, right? Tobias Clement is like those vehicles that break down and park up on the side of the road, and they tag them to be taken away and placed in perseverance for them to be, compacted, mash up, whatever you want to call it, for that piece of equipment to just, squeeze the thing up and make it smaller and ship it out. That's Tobias Clement. The guy is useless. In fact, he was the worst opposition leader in the history of Grenada. But I'm saying all of this to say, it is clear the NNP's intention was to have me and you forget about all the good things. I met police officers. Police officers call me saying, Kem Jones, we are happy because we will be getting more money on our salaries. Now they're having another batch of recruits. I see there's a press release out calling for young men and women who want to join the police force. And I can tell you the salary is good. You should do so. So the police officers, they're excited. They pay and grade. Then I heard public officers who are excited because they would get permanency. They will be permanent in their place of employment. It means that they can go to the credit union, they can go to the bank, they can do stuff. You see? I hear farmers who say they got a significant amount of money after the passage of Hurricane Beryl. 20-something million, $23 million. So a lot is in store. Infrastructure projects and so on, in store in the budget. So many things are youth and sports and community development. So the NNP, what they wanted is for us to forget about all of this. That is why they created all that drama. And the intention is to leave the parliament, walk out, and have meetings. In fact, I got a leak cable today, meaning somebody within the NNP inner circle feed me with some information, saying to me that the NNP plan a series of meetings and they wanted to do this walkout to help them drum up support and create a buzz. Right? In other words, they want to mobilize their troops and supporters. They want to energize their base. So it was well planned and well orchestrated. They wanted that to happen. They wanted to create all of this drama because up to today, they have not discussed or debated the substance of the budget. So it was a move that they planned, and they want their supporters to come out. But if you ask their supporters, what was discussed in the budget, they can't tell you. They just can't. They don't follow these things. That is why the NNP don't have the kind of support that they think they have. They don't. Grenadians are fed up with Keith Mitchell and NNP's bad behavior. They are fed up. They have had enough of this bad behavior. But I'm saying that there's a lot in store. You look at the allocation for health, the allocation for agriculture, the allocation for education. Well, education got a huge chunk, 170 something or 80 something million dollars. This is significant because an educated population is a liberated population, and it's a population that can become prosperous. So education is key. What I love is the fact that Grenadians are following what's taking place. You follow social media and you get a sense of what is happening throughout Grenada and how people feel. When Keith Mitchell get on with his clown show and people post it, real blues. MTV or GBN post a piece on them, real blues. People are not having it. People are fed up with the NNP and their nonsense. Grenadians want betterment. Grenadians want opportunities. That's what Grenadians want. Because remember, outside is very unpredictable. The global environment, you have trade wars, you have all kind of stuff happening. So you want a government who is stable, who is organized, who is focused, who has a vision for the nation. And we have the NDC. They're focused. They have a vision for Grenada. They're stable. That is what we want. We're happy about that. So again, we have to remain focused as a people, as supporters. Let's remain focused. Because the NNP, what they wanted is for us to focus on this walking out and this clown show and all this nonsense. It's good that we're highlighting it. It's good that we're talking about it. But it's important that we look at agriculture and what is in store for the farmers and the fishers. That we look at education and what is in store for the young people and the middle-aged people and the senior people, because education is no longer just for those in school, right? And it's important that we look at healthcare and what is in store. So we have to have sessions, have meetings, have engagements, and talk about what is in store when it comes to health for Grenada. When it comes to education, what you intend to do. When it comes to community development, when it comes to youth and sports, have sessions, engage the public, engage the constituents, engage those demographics. Because we cannot lose the substance of the debate, of the budget. Right? When it comes to infrastructural projects, talking about it is crucial, and having little sessions. It doesn't have to be a rally, but it can be meetings and engagements, talking about these things. What are in store for the Grenadian people? When it comes to Carriacou and Petit Martinique, what are they likely to receive or get or see in the next couple of months? We have to engage. We have to have meetings, have public meetings, talking to our people, speaking to our people about what is in store in each area, in tourism, right? The blue economy, in culture, what is in store. So we need to do that. It doesn't have to be massive meetings, community meetings, town hall style meetings, and have the Minister of Health speak to what is in store in the budget when it comes to health for our people. Let's speak about education. Have the Minister of Education come and speak to the people about what is in store for us when it comes to education. The Minister of MIT, let him come and speak to the people about what is in store in that area. What are we likely to see? So we look at the achievements, what we achieved, and what we intend to achieve. So I think it's so important as we move along to remain focused, to educate our people. And it doesn't have to be the massive meetings, small meetings, pocket meetings, town hall style meetings, simple meetings, speaking to what is contained in the budget, item by item by item. Because the NNP's intention is to have us lose focus on the real McCoy, the real stuff within the budget. And we have to defeat them by having these small pocket meetings, highlighting what is contained in the budget. That is important. So we have to remain focused. because there are people who just want to know more. You talk about the new teaching hospital facility. Let's talk more about it. What are the benefits? How would the ordinary man benefit from this? So that he can relate to it. I think that is important. Very, very important. You talk about hotels. Let's speak some more about it. Intercontinental is under construction. Six Senses looking to expand. The Livera Hotel up that side. They're doing the work and they're continuing. You talk about the CBI program. Let's speak to the CBI and the benefits of our people. Let's engage in these small meetings. It doesn't have to be huge. We already show them that we can pull huge crowds with rallies and so on. Let's zero in and let it be live. Let it be broadcast live. Different constituencies, mobilize, organize, right? Oval settings, and let's discuss this. Let us converse about it. Let's open it up, because the NNP's intention is to have us forget about all the good things in the budget, all the good things that will benefit Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. So far, so good, because I took some time today to follow, the stats, because, in this business, it's always good to follow the statistics, right? So we know some of the anti-government talk show programs. So we know them. Nobody has to tell us about them, all right? So you have the talking points. That program, we know, is a fully NNP program. But if you check in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 programs, 3,100 people, 1,000, 4,400 people, 1,100, 1,700, 4,600, 4,200 people, 5,200 people, 5,200 people, 3,500 people, 3,500 people. These are the people who are looking, who are following their program. And I'm talking about that's YouTube, where they have a larger audience compared to Facebook, right? Facebook, they don't have a huge audience there on Facebook. So it means that people are not gravitating towards their message, all right? People are not gravitating towards their message. So, and that says a lot. All right, that says a lot. So I was looking for, it says a lot. If you look at the Facebook feed too, the Facebook post, you'll realize a similar thing, right? A similar thing. The numbers are terrible. The numbers are terrible, terrible, terrible. All right? Terrible. The numbers are terrible on Facebook. Well, Facebook is worse. Facebook is worse. Videos. Let's look here. It's worse. 1,002, 4,600, 4,100, 6,200, 3,600, 3,800. I mean, the numbers are poor. 3,300, 4,400. The numbers are really poor. 3,800, 1,700, 2,100. That's the kind of numbers that they have. And that's NNP's main flagship program, the Hard Talk program. And then you look at Simon Says. That's another anti-government program, in my belief. And her numbers are not encouraging. So if you look at videos, you see 393 people viewed that thing 1 hour ago, right? Then you look at another program, 4,000 people, another program, 2,400 people. She had a program, 7,000 people. She had a program, 7,200 people. A program, 2,500 people. Another one, 2,900 people, right? So her numbers is not increasing. Her number, and then she had a 8,000, she had a 8,005, 8,006, 5,005. She had a 8,000, 8,001, 2,001, and so on. So her numbers, at the time, her numbers used to be 12,000, 13,000, 11,000, and so on. But she's not able to get that because people are digging deeper into the nonsense that she says, right? And then you have the Classroom. It's another anti-government program, right? The classroom. It's another program. Let me get this, right? So 1,800, 1,800, 1,008, 1,004, 2,000, 2,001, 1,700, 1,000. It's just the numbers are so poor that I don't want to continue it. And then you have the programs up north. That's an anti-program again. The programs up north. The programs up north, like an Andre, excuse me, $100 station, right? Real FM, they have political Wednesdays and other things like that. And the numbers 1,000 something people, 1,000, 2,800 people, 800 and something people, 2,200 people, 1,600 people, 4,000 people in one way, 1,009, 2,000, very, very small. The numbers are very small. Nearly all the opposition programs, they are very, very small. And, I'm the Lone Ranger here. And if you look at my numbers, you'll realize that on Facebook alone, you're talking about 15,800, 17,800, 12,900, 13,600, 18,200, 15,500, 28,300, 11,300, 12,100, 19,900, 11,600, 13,600, 10,600, 10,600, 10,600, 11,600. 13,500, 13,400, 15,800, 13,200, 13,700, 16,300, 16,300, 13,100, 13,000, 11,000, 15,600, 11,300, 12,200, 16,000, 18,500, 16,100, 19,500, 12,000. Oh man, and you can just go on and on and on. And I'm talking about that's Facebook alone. On YouTube, however, we have a 3,000 here, a 4,000 here, a 2,000 something. That's YouTube. I don't focus heavily on YouTube. But I'm saying all of this to say to you that the numbers not growing because people realize what they're on, the stupidity that they're on, the nonsense that they talk. Over time, people, you see, information dissemination requires credibility. It requires credibility. And Grenadians are wary and fed up of negativity. Grenadians want good for Grenada. They want to see their communities develop. They want to see their country develop. They want to see good for this place. And as a result, they just don't have the tolerance for all the negative. And it's showing up. It's showing up in the numbers. It's showing up in the numbers. You look at GBN and MTV and those major news outlets, the numbers are not growing too. Even if they're major. And remember, I'm operating here in a home studio. And still my numbers is the highest. Highest in all talk radio and all podcasters and all them thing in Grenada, in terms of the Grenada context. And we are looking at politics, economics, and social issues. So in that category, I'm not talking about satire and comedy and, woman thing and man thing and all kind of stupidness. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about real serious conversation, looking at politics, looking at economics, looking at some social issues. All right? This program stands out every day, every time. So even if they're out there with all the different programs that they have, and there's plenty of them, anti-government programs, they're still not able to penetrate the market, to reach people and connect with people and change people or cause people to move in a particular direction. All right? Just can't. They're not able to do so. So we have to continue. Let's continue to look at, the betterment of this country. Let's remain focused. Let's continue to register. I spoke to a goodly lady today. She's from Carriacou. And she said to me, she's coming down. She said, I'm coming down, and I have to get registered. So she's coming down to get registered. I spoke to another person today who said to me, I'm coming down, me and 8 people, and all of us getting registered. So I want to encourage you, because once you're registered, and all you need is your birth certificate or a valid passport, Once you are registered on the voters list, on election day, nobody could stop you from voting, Nobody. As long as you are registered in that constituency. and you're from that constituency, nobody could stop you. And there is time for objection. So once your name appears on the list, the voters list, on the day, they can't remove you and they can't stop you from voting. And once you're a citizen of Grenada, you could leave Grenada and come back. You could be in America, England, Canada, as long as you're a citizen and you register, no one could stop you from voting. So registration is key as we move along. Registration is key because it's a numbers game. It is a numbers game, and we have more people living in the diaspora than actually living here in Grenada. 5 times more, 10 times more, 20 times more. So all we need to do is to get as many people as possible home who live here to register. Once you turn 18, and those in the diaspora on your visit, once you come for Christmas, you come for Easter, you come for Carnival, you come for different events, November, All Saints, and so on. We urge you to register. The people in Carriacou, Petit Martinique, you come, register. And we are here to support you. I'm here to support you to make sure that you register and that you can vote come the next election. Folks, I want to wish you all the best. Have a wonderful night. Take good care and bye for now.